Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the Nexus. I'm your host, Nezzy, and I'm here in Minecraft. I have wanted to play this game for so long, and you have no idea how much I have wanted to do a mod spotlight on one particular mod. I'm playing the Hermitcraft mod sauce mod pack. It's a mouthful. And I'm here with my good friend Billy. He's a sheep. Hey, Billy. Billy. I think he's... Are you okay, Billy? You are? You're good. Alright, if you say so. I mean... Alright, so, hey, Billy, do you know what we're doing today? No? Oh, well, I mean, he's pointing over here. So I guess you do. We are using the Advanced Genetics mod. Now, this is a mod that basically lets you play around with the different abilities that you have in this game. So, I guess we should probably start off with the basics. So the first thing you're going to want to create are a stone stick, a scraper, and a syringe. Now, stone sticks can just be crafted by 2 cobblestone right on top of each other. You get 2 per tick, and I will just throw that back in there. And now the scraper. The scraper is probably the most important thing in this entire mod. So the scraper is crafted with 2 stone sticks that you just crafted before and 1 iron ingot. Now what this scraper does is it allows you to right click. I'm sorry, Billy, but I'm gonna have to do this to you. It allows you to right click a mod. It does hurt it. Well, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But it gives you these skin scales. I'm never gonna be able to say that. Say that 5 times fast. But here you have skin scales. And what these do is they're all specific. So like this is a sheep. And I don't really have any I don't have any mobs spawning out here. But let's say I were to spawn a bat. I would get the scales of a bat. So I'm really sorry, Billy, but I'm gonna have to use you to get a bunch of skin scales. And every time you right click, you have a chance of getting more than 1. But so here we have a bunch of skin scales. And that's really all that the scraper is used for. Now a syringe is what you'll use a little bit later on, so I'll get to that a little bit later. So here we have all of the machines that you're gonna need. We have a DNA analyzer, extractor, decryptor, splitter, and breeder. So real fast, I'm actually gonna take these 2 and do something, because you're not really gonna know what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna really quickly override all of these. Now this is an overrider. It basically or an overclocker. Sorry. It basically just makes everything go faster, so I don't have to actually sit here for a minute or so, because it does take a long time for each of these things to be done. So I'm just gonna do it for the main ones, which is actually all of these. There is a few other parts of the mod that I'm not covering because I have no idea what they do. So basically, now I'm just going to use these. This is it's an auto loot upgrade, which basically just whenever I put something into here, it'll immediately go into here, into here, into here, into here. And that's why these are in this specific order. If you want it to happen with the automatically, then you want it to be in this specific order. These I would never put as automatic. I wouldn't. I don't know, maybe you want to, but to start off, you want to come over to the DNA analyzer, which is crafted like this, just a bunch of iron ingots with a magnifier in the middle, and the magnifier is just 1 stone stick and a piece of glass. So what you want to do is you want to take the DNA analyzer and you want to put your skin scales into it. If it has power, I'm afraid these don't have power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn them in. Now this is a good time to actually show you what all of these do. Basically what I'm doing, wrong one, here. I'm getting a combustion generator. Generator, if you want to call it that. But basically what it is it's an engine for this, for all of these. Now if I just get some coal. I'm really sorry I didn't have this ahead of time. But if I just put some coal into there, take half of that out because I don't need it. If I put some coal into here, it will now activate. So now we have an organic drop. Now these are really just used to burn. You can burn them. They're not used for much. And so what it does is this comes into here and analyzes it, which turns it into a cell. And once it's done with the cell, it then comes into the DNA extractor, which then takes the cell and extracts it into this, which is a helix. And you see all those weird letters and numbers. You don't have to memorize any of that. But all you have to know is that you take all of these skin scales and put them in here, and you will get organic dump. But like, here's a helix, and let me put 2 more in so you can see everything. So here's the cell. This is a cell of a sheep. So it always has a specific name. And then here's the helix, and this would be the helix of the sheep. So now what I'm gonna do is, what the DNA decryptor is gonna do is it's gonna take the helix, and I can choose one type of gene that I want to activate. So I'm gonna throw that in there, and I'm gonna power up the rest of these. So what this DNA decryptor turns it into a good helix. So now I can pick from any of these genes. So let's say, and each of these genes gives you a specific effect. But for you can create a basic gene, which I'll explain in just about a minute. But let's choose woolly. And the woolly effect, basically just, if you use shears on yourself, or not really on yourself, but if your friends come up and use shears on you, they get wool out of you. So it's not really useful, I think, but what you want to do is take the DNA breeder, take your gene, and put it on this side. Because this is the gene you're wanting to make. It's not completed yet. So you see the breeding state? So we need 8 more genes. So that's 1. And you'll see if you put woolly in, it goes up by double the amount. So if I put woolly in, just all of them, it's now at 6 out of 8. So I should, I need to put 1 more in here. Watch it go here, here, and then to here. And then I'll click woolly again. And voila, it says completed, and you have a gene woolly completed. So I have a few in here. I have a teleporter and a fly. Now the fly, as it says, is going to allow you to fly around. And the teleporter, is, as it says, also is going to allow you to fly around. But first, before you can do anything with that, I'm actually just going to go ahead and go into survival mode. First, before you do any of that, you have to have a syringe, which is just crafted like this. Just a glass bottle, arrow, and 3 iron ingots. Now what you want to do with this is you want to hold it and take your blood out of it. So you'll get blindness for about a second, but now it's filled. So what you want to do is put it into the centrifuge. So here I'm going to put it into the centrifuge, and it's just going to go, and now it is centrifuged. So that's all fine and dandy, but what does that actually do? That prepares it for the DNA combiner. So now what you do is you take your syringe and put it in this side, and then you take whatever gene you want to combine and you want to put it in this side. So I want to be able to fly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in this side. No, I'm sorry, it's flipped. So you want to put your... Oh, it's because it's not powered. That's probably why. So let's power it. And now you'll see that the gene we had put in here is gone, and it is now in here. So after this, you want to centrifuge it one last time before actually using it. Sorry, that was my phone. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold right click and let it go. So you're going to get nausea for a few seconds. I can't look at that. I'm sorry. I cannot handle that. Billy, can you handle that? Billy. Good. I think he's just scared of needles. Yeah. Alright. I think he's scared of the needle. But now that we've used it, now we can... So you have your normal jump. But if I double jump, I can now fly as if I'm in creative mode, but I'm not. So this just gives you the ability to fly. So what does the other one do? Teleporter. So why don't we check that out by doing the same thing? Take the syringe, centrifuge it, combine it with the teleporter gene, centrifuge it again, and... oh, gosh, more nausea. No, no, ow. Just look away. If you're faint of heart, or not really faint of heart, but if you're not good with nausea, then you definitely don't want to do this. So, basically now, what happens is if I press the H button, I think, no, that's my hats. Oh, there it goes. It's kind of both the hat button and not the hat button, so I'm gonna take that and put it as my 4 button. So now you'll see if I press H, it throws an ender pearl where I'm looking, and it teleports me to that place. So that's really cool. I can teleport up a wall. Oops. Oh no. Find my way out. Oh yes, and I should mention that, if I can even get back in here, I can fly over. I should mention that with the fly, you do not take any fall damage whatsoever. There is one from the chicken that's no fall damage, which I think it's kind of a bug, but you don't take any fall damage. So, this is all fine and dandy, but what if I don't want them anymore? Well, the first thing you can do is you can die, obviously, and if you die, you lose all your stuff. Or you lose all of your genes, all of your effectiveness, so I can't fly anymore or anything. But there's also another way, and it's called the DNA remover. So I take a DNA transmitter and a DNA remover, so let me power both of these. Alright, now let me clear out my inventory. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these, which are anti-genes. Wondering where my syringe went. Looks like we don't have a syringe. Oh no. Let's just go back and get another one. Alright. So you can see all these different genes, and I'm actually going to grab the infinity gene, if it's somewhere in here. There we go. So what I'm going to do, so I can fly, yes. We know that. We know for a fact I can fly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blood, which also, if you take your blood and give it to your friend, and they use it, they centrifuge it and everything, and they use it, they also get the same powers that you have. So I can fly and teleport. If I gave it to Grebsy while we were in game, which I have done before, he is now able to fly and teleport. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the centrifuge it, and what we're going to, now, we're going to take the DNA remover. The DNA transmuter is the same thing as the DNA breeder. It's just you are combining anti-genes. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the DNA remover, put my syringe in, and put my fly in. So now it's creating a syringe with an anti-gene. So now, if I go to the centrifuge and centrifuge it one last time, and use it... oh, God, no. Yet again, nausea. Look away, everybody! Do not look directly at the screen when the nausea is happening. So now, if I double-click, I cannot, you can hear me clicking, I cannot fly anymore. So that's what the anti-genes do. They take it away. Another cool gene I wanted to show you was with the genetic bow. Oh, and by the way, the overclockers and the auto output are crafted as such. If I can work. All right, there we go. And you get 4 per one you make. I don't know if you necessarily lose the clock, or you probably do. But now you have your basic DNA dictionary and advanced DNA dictionary. Now each of these I think are supposed to hold knowledge of whatever you've done. I really never use them. I've never actually bothered to make them, but they're crafted like this just in case you wanted to know. And these are just regular cells. They're not anything special. So I'm going to just throw those away. And we'll talk about the genetic bow. So the genetic bow is crafted like this with 3 stone sticks and 3 cells. And as of right now, I have no arrows. I cannot shoot with it. But if I have... I need another syringe. I keep throwing mine away. Dang it. Why do I keep throwing it away? Alright, here we go. So if I use syringe, and I'm going to give myself a certain gene, and this gene happens to be called infinity. So I'm gonna give this gene to myself. Here's my Texas accent, myself. All right, I am moving I will be moving over the summer, so there might be a change in videos or audio quality or things like that. But so for right now, we just gave ourselves the Infinity Gene. I'm gonna set it to noon again. And what this does is now I am able to use the bow as many times as I want because I have this Infinity Gene on. I mean, it's not like I can't really come up. I can't come up and pick up the arrows that I shoot, but I can shoot as many arrows as I want until that is taken away. Now, that is really all there is to cover. I mean, hey Billy, Billy, why are you staring into the wall, Billy? Really? Don't sass me. Ugh, fine. Is there anything else that you know? No, of course not. You're a sheep. Why would you know anything? That seems to be all there is to this. But if you liked the video, please like, favorite, and subscribe. And hopefully I can come out with more Minecraft videos, maybe playing a little bit of Mod Sauce or Tech It, or really a lot of other mod packs, or just Minecraft itself, doing builds, things like that. I've really wanted to upload Minecraft for a long time. I've just never really had the time for it. This is it's finals week in our school, and it's been kind of rough studying and stuff. Who am I kidding? When do I actually study? Good times.